I'm Eleanor Avery.
I'm James Avery.
And we're artists who collaborate, and we've been collaborating for almost 20 years now. Yeah, so the work we do now is sculpture and installation works. Quite often they're large-scale works, and they involve some sort of audience participation or reaction.
And they're usually fairly researched, and they come out of a sort of a project or a theme, and this is where our collaboration comes into its strength, because we sort of compete against one another or with one another.
Yeah, I think when you're collaborating together, you have to put quite a lot of trust in the other person, and that is a really big part of our collaborative practice. We sort of push each other, and we don't try and outdo each other, but there is a little element of that, like how big can you go, or how much further can you push something.
And I think it's not really about the artist, it's to do with the whole project or the artwork at the end.
The sculpture is, in the end, the most important thing. It's how that work exists in the space, and the mass, the weight, the scale of it. That is a real concern for us.
Because, like a painting is a thing you look at, whereas a sculpture is you see multiple times as you navigate.
Especially talking about public art, because there's that huge involvement of the public who navigate around a work, generally in a sort of huge space. So it's really important that the artwork holds its own and it has its own sculptural dynamic.
Aura is Stockland's flagship residential project. It is Australia's largest master plan development, which will eventually accommodate over 50,000 residents. When we first saw the design from the Averys, we were really excited. It was magnificent, it was bold, it was exciting, it was authentic.
We began by researching the idea of what aura was for the site. We discovered that it's closely linked to the idea of the dawn chorus and bird song. So the idea of putting birds on the bridge kind of made sense to us. We proposed two birds which were connected by this sort of wave. So it sort of represents the idea of the aura or the morning breeze. And the birds at sort of either end of the bridge, kind of talking to each other or singing to each other.
The artwork stands at over 8 metres each. So the process of building the artwork was that we built the internal framework and bolted the aluminium panels to that. Put it up on a post to test fit it, make sure that everything worked out, and then all the parts were disassembled and painted, brought back to the workshop and then put back together again.
Because the depiction through various stages was the two birds sort of pulling on this, it's either a sound wave or the billowing scarf, and obviously through the process of developing it, the look changed slightly, and but the main thing is that the two birds communicate, don't they? And
and then as people pass across the bridge, because the screens have got the design punched into it, you can see from the road the people travelling, so it makes that connection, it kind of activates the bridge.
It's a really nice idea, the pedestrians animates the actual bridge.
And then just the movement through it creates that connection too.
For us, the art is bigger than just aura. The art is basically positioned above Bells Creek Arterial, which is the future southern access to the Sunshine Coast. It'll be their first exposure for many people who are entering the Sunshine Coast.
What I think is extremely successful is that it takes these experiences and delivers them in one kind of delicious package of colour, geometry, form, scale, and it's really going to affect the site and its geography. It's a landmark sculpture. It's not just a gateway, it's a real moment.
We'd like to thank UAP, Stockland and the Sunshine Coast Council
It's been
for
supporting,
putting us forward for this work, supporting us, selecting us, and just realising the work.
It's been a fantastic opportunity and experience over 2 years.
Yeah.